We're back for another Married at First Sight episode. Today is decision day, everybody.
Because we finna celebrate. We gonna celebrate what? My divorce! How about that?
Hit the like and subscribe button as the intro plays. All right, if you're new here, we don't go through every single detail. We just, talk about what comes to mind at the time, and I might miss something, and you can remind me in the comments. And don't forget to drop into the comments. All right, so the episode opens up with, decision day. Madison and Allan going to meet the experts. Allan is wearing his new suit that, Madison curated for him. Madison has on a sweater dress and still has her bad weave, but she's here. Madison came and, she's apologetic and Allan doesn't want to hear it. She's saying, I never wanted to hurt you. I should have been honest from the beginning, and basically no remorse, but she just wants to clear her name so she can clear her own spirit, not to make Allan feel better, but to make herself feel better, because I know people like you. It's all about you, because the fact of the matter is the apology or isn't for him, it's for you. It's for you, Madison. You don't care about Allan. You could give two issues about Allan. Because if you cared about Allan, you wouldn't have put him through all that. And don't give me that, I was still trying to figure it out. No, you figured it out that day in the gym and on the honeymoon. When you were talking to Harry David. Harry, I live in the basement, David. And I know people are turning on David right now all of a sudden. I never really saw it for David like that. I mean, I thought he wasn't as bad. I didn't think he was as bad as he is, but I never saw it for him because he lives in the basement with his mama. And I used to always argue, well, a lot of people in Chicago live in, they live in multi-unit places, but whatever. David and Madison can have each other. And that was Allan's sentiment. He's like, he didn't even look her straight in the eyes. He was looking straight ahead at the experts. I don't need closure. I don't need anything from you. I've moved on. I don't think he's really moved on. He still has hurt. He still is hurt. Allan, you're not fooling me. You're still hurt that you got played on national TV. And you may not be hurt so much from her, but it's the fact that you were humiliated time and time again by this big nose girl. Yes, I said big nose girl.
Wait in the living room. It's your big nose.
So, with a bad weave and broad shoulders. I said it. Call me mean. If you don't like mean, then you're on the wrong channel, because I can be mean sometimes. Or I just make fun of people. So, hey, there's that. Then we bounce on over to Carla talking to her sister. Her sisters, Beans, and I forget, Edie, I think that was her name. Carla and her sisters don't really look much alike. I was trying to see the resemblance. Carla has a long head, one has a pie face, one has similar eyes and a similar nose, but Carla and her sisters don't look alike. But, she was just going through the motions. This was one big filler episode, everybody. An episode that didn't really need to be 2 hours long. It really needed to be 20 minutes long. It needed to be the reveals and then the end part, which we'll get to. So she just telling her that, we're good friends. Juan and I are great friends, but basically there's no chemistry, no physical chemistry between Juan and myself. So then we pop on over to Michelle going to meet the experts, and Pia tells Michelle, I love that dress, blah, blah, blah. You look great. And then speaking of looking great, David walks in not looking great. Michelle was right about David. Does David even own a suit? He doesn't dress up. Like, this is the occasion on the show where you dress up. David is always coming in like he just left the bar. He has on a sweater and some jeans, and he has a headband around his hair, so his hair is out. And, he was talking about, how it wasn't fair to Michelle, blah, 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 or how he made a connection with Madison, and, he wants to move forward with Madison. And the experts are looking at him like, we are so disappointed in you. They were looking at him with judgy eyes. Like, we are not feeling you. And Dr. Pia was giving judgy face. Okay, so this is weird. Is it me? Dr. Pia reminds me in a weird way of a Iyanla Vanzant. In a weird way. Just a weird way. It's something about her that reminds me of a Iyanla Vanzant. But he said he didn't care about Madison's feelings. There it is. So you are the trash. You just played into her hand. Not Madison, Michelle. You played into Michelle's hands. You played into everything that Michelle believed about you. And now we all believe that about you. You're trash, David. You said you could care less about Michelle's feelings. But the truth of the matter is Michelle didn't care. She didn't care. I think if anything, she's mad because she's embarrassed, just like Allan. But more so, she's embarrassed because they got the last laugh, because they're now moving on as a happy couple. And here she is still haven't dated anybody in 6 years. But don't fret, Michelle, because would you rather be in a bad relationship every year or to be single and free and happy?
Karen is debt-free and loaded. Bad.
Well, I don't think Michelle's that happy. She seems kind of miserable. But you get the sentiment. Like, why people really want to be in relationships, but if it's not a healthy relationship, then why bother? I know people believe in love and love, but marriage is a business arrangement. And I heard on the streets that it took I can't remember the Married at First Sight person, but they said it cost her $60,000 to get a divorce. And I know that stipend isn't even $60,000. But Dr. Pia and Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper were giving David the side eye because they're like, you are a disappointment. So then we pop on over to Juan and Carla in the hot tub.
Should I get in the hot tub? Yeah. Will it make me sweat? Yeah. Should I get in the hot tub? Yeah. Will it make me wet? Yeah. Well.
They look so weird in that hot tub. Like the angles, the shots made them look like big bobbleheads with little bodies in it. But, here they are again, filling in the space of the episode, talking about how we're great friends. We see eye to eye on a lot of things. We like each other. But I can't force the physical, Juan says. And Carla's like, I don't want you to force. I always want you to be authentic. Be authentically you. I never wanted anybody to change for me. See, Carla is the most mature person on the show. Even more mature than Pastor Cal and Dr. Pia, because she sees it for what it is. She's not trying to force a situation that doesn't work. She was just following through with this process, and she's going to get her stipend so she can go back to the storage unit and deck that storage unit out. But Carla, again, is that girl. I like Carla. She is the one who everybody discounted in the beginning of the season, but she's the realest. She's the realest of everybody. And Juan, you know what I forgot to mention last week? When Juan told David he needs to keep Allan in his life. Juan is such an opportunist. Juan said you need to keep Allan in your life because he's valuable. Basically saying this girl will come and go. Madison, she's out of here. She's not valuable, but Allan, he could take you places because that's what Juan is about. He came on the show to network and to showcase his business. And so it's no surprise that he wanted David to keep in touch with Allan.
Well, I do feel you're opportunist.
What do you think I'm getting out of it?
What you getting out of it?
So then we pop on over to the boring people who, the boring vanilla Camille and Thomas. Again, another filler scene. They're having dinner and they're discussing, well, Thomas is concerned, it's the vulnerability piece here. I've only seen you cry, once. And not that I want you to cry your heart out, but okay, vulnerability is not only crying, it's opening up and being yourself and being able to fall to a soft place and to share yourself with somebody. It's not just crying, Thomas, but he is, he just wants to make sure she's in it to win it. And she wants to make sure that he's in it to win it because he hasn't made a decision on where they're going to live. Because, he said, I would say, come move in with me, but my place is tiny. And she said on another show that her place was much tinier than his. So why don't y'all just break your lease? If you only have a few months left, break your lease if you really want this to work. So now we're popping over to Madison and David.
Are backstabbing bastards.
Going to a golfing range. David is basically saying, finally, this is a date that I like. A date that I like. It's a sports date. It's, it's me. Beware, Madison. Beware. All your dates are going to be about him. You're going to be going to action movies. You're going to be going to sporting events. You're going to be in bars. But I think Madison likes that. Madison's somewhat of a tomboy. She plays softball. So she likes that thing. She's athletic. Y'all going to be in the gym. You're going to be going golfing. You're not going to be doing anything girly, but I don't know how girly Madison actually is. And David was trying to act. He was really acting, I'm so nervous. I'm really nervous because, I'm telling you how I really feel. Because, I feel like he's a little bit sensitive after what Pastor Cal said last episode that Madison wants a Caucasian man. She wants to marry a white guy. So they're having their date and they're at the golfing range. I don't know if anybody caught it, but she was kind of busting his balls by the way he hit a ball, and it was kind of like, she was like, oh, it wasn't good, but it's okay. That's what she is. She's a ball buster. Don't get it twisted. Madison is a ball buster. I see it in her. Just by the way she was nicely busting Allan's balls the whole season, basically saying you're ugly and I'm unattracted to you, but if you get better clothes, I might like you and stop being weird, Allan. That's her. So then we're back to yet another filler scene with Carla and Juan again, talking the same old talk. Yeah, I really enjoy you. I'm not into you, blah, blah, blah. Let's have a dance party one last time. The funny thing is, in the beginning, Juan said he was a dancer. He was all about salsa dancing. We never saw them salsa dance. That would have been a nice date for them to go salsa dancing. Chicago has a big salsa scene. I used to kind of sort of be on it. So, why didn't y'all ever do any of that? Because Juan didn't want her. Juancho didn't want her. And Carla didn't really want Juancho. She was down for whatever because she thought he was attractive. But once she realized he wasn't into her, like, why even bother? She's just here for the process. So then we, move on over to Thomas and Camille getting ready to leave. And then, they're moving and they actually share a kiss. So maybe it is genuine. And then we pop back to Juancho getting ready to go meet with the judges. He's shaving off that weird mustache he had. And he's getting ready. He's ironing his clothes. Something David did not do. David did not care while meeting the experts. David was belligerent. And David was arrogant. And so they meet with the experts. And Carla pops in with a nice little floral Asian asymmetrical dress. I thought that was very stylish and it was very cute. Carla came in very cute and Juan came in cute. They sat before the experts and basically Carla said, I want a divorce because I don't want somebody who's going to leave me because because of my workout schedule and because of my spiritualism. Carla told Juancho before that, he wasn't into all the spiritualism, the crystals, the card readings. And she said, we only did it once in 2 months. It's not like an ongoing thing. I'm not going to force my thinking onto you. But you know what? I don't know about that. I just think that people often want to be with somebody who's like-minded. And if he's so anti the spiritualism, that would be a hard relationship. If he can't even understand that she is, aligned, how she is aligned spiritually, and it's not the generic, traditional way of thinking, then that would be a hard thing for both parties but then Carla said on the after show, but Juan's family is into all that stuff. His brother does cards, so go figure. Anyhow, they both ended up wanting a divorce.
So you want to get divorced?
Carla said, I didn't come here to meet friends. Bye. Ciao. I didn't come here for a friend. That's what she said. I came here for a love, and it didn't happen. So Carla's going to be all right because Carla's going to live her best life doing Pilates, doing hair, doing sound bowl healing and traveling and living. Maybe she'll upgrade out of the storage unit, but a lot of people are living in storage units right now. So that's nothing new. And guess what? They're building a lot of storage units. What are they building these storage units for? Perhaps people. Anyhow, as I digress. So then now it's time for Camille and Thomas to meet with the experts. Thomas rolls up, he walks up and he has a basketball in his hand. And, the experts are, giving him dap because he looks good and they're giving Camille all the credit for it. Thomas had tailored suits before Camille tried to get him all swagged out. So give him some credit. So Thomas was talking about how it was a great experience and he loved it. And then Camille walks in all red. And so basically Thomas says, I love this experience. I enjoyed being with you. I really love you, blah, 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 blah. And I want to stay married. And he holds up the basketball that says stay married. Now he gets on one knee and challenges her to another game for the rest of their lives. It's very loving basketball. What are we playing for? Your heart. All right. So then Camille comes in. Camille's talking. She's trying to misdirect us into thinking, just like on every reality game show, I don't know that I could do this life without you. Yes, I'll stay married. Ha ha. Then they all toast. Okay. So next up, what do we see? Juan invites everybody over to the warehouse. His warehouse where he's, building his app or whatever, his business. His warehouse where he wants everybody to get on board and, the viewers to understand what he's doing so he can promote his business. Guess who arrives? Ikeji. Ikeji in a beanie. He arrives in a jacket. Not the jean jacket, but a different jacket. He's there. And he gives MM a hug. Go figure. Everybody's arriving. Michelle arrives. Still sourpuss Michelle. Then Madison and David arrive. Him looking like a lumberjack. Her looking like Medusa in red. Not Medusa. Looking like Elvira in red with that red eyeshadow. Madison is so tacky. You can take the girl out the trailer, but you can't take the trailer out the girl. That's Madison. And, David tries to shake Allan's hand. And Allan's like, I don't want to shake your hand. No, you're a jerk. You've been lying. Not only did you steal my girl, the girl who I was falling for, you lied to me about it. So no, I don't want to shake your hand. So then, they all like, they're trying to make nice. And then, Camille and Thomas announced that they stayed married. Juan and Carla said they got divorced. This is 2 days later, everybody. So MM decides to pipe up and say to Ikeji basically everything she's been saying. You tried to make me look bad. You tried to embarrass me with that 1-page divorce paper. She's going off on Ikeji and he's looking all stupid and screw face. See what I'm dealing with? I don't have to deal with this shit. That's he said. He goes off. He didn't go off too far, but he's like, see, you try to make me look little. Like, first of all, people, no one can make you look little. Only you can make you feel little and small. That has nothing to do with how you feel small. And we have no evidence of her making you feel small. Ikeji or Ikechi or Ike. Or Ike's gonna catch these hands. All of that is internal with you. If something happened to you in childhood and you just haven't gotten over it and you're taking it out on everybody you come in contact with. Carla said, look, I don't know you. Because he didn't let anybody get to know him. He felt like he was on this separate island, because, he's not everybody's cup of tea, but, he's somebody's Hennessy or something to that effect, he said. And, Juan is trying to be the peacemaker as always. And he and Allan and David, they sit down and David tries to shake Allan's hand again. And Allan says, I don't want to shake your hand. You betrayed me.
Like, I want to rough them up, though, you feel me? I want to put them paws on them.
And, Juan is trying to, smooth it over so, David can make some connections with Allan, networking. Because, that's what Juan is about. Juan is about networking. That's why he's on the show. And that's what he's doing with this group. That's why he invited them over to the warehouse. So then Madison's over there talking about Michelle. And Michelle's like, I know you're not talking about me when I'm not over there. Oh, you want to do this? Do you want to? Madison is bucking up. She's ready. She's on ready. She has her red lipstick on and her red eyeshadow. She's looking evil and she's ready. And that's how the episode ends. Oh, well, the girls take backstage and she's still complaining about Ikechi. You are free from him now. But anyhow, drop into the comments and tell me, was this just a filler episode? And are you looking forward to another episode of yada, yada, yada? Nothing really going on here. We're just dragging the season out so we can get 18 episodes until the reunion. Anyhow, like and subscribe.